I was told that I wasn't part of collective. We were all different. But I noticed the blame is all the same. I'm a black man. Nothing changed. The day when I wake up, I'm a black man. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm a black man. So it don't matter, whatever it be, I'm a black man. Coming to you at 0700 hours, 14 minutes, October 28th, 2021. And brothers, I just want you to affirm, affirm the power that you have within you. Be the power that you have within you. We talk about a lot, but then we say we talk a lot and nothing gets done. But don't matter what I do, it's still my fault. I have men tell me I can be nowhere in the area and nobody that's blaming it on me don't even want me around, but it's still my fault. Even I suck it up. But even when you try to make a way, I learned. Black men, I've learned this, and we cannot change this. Black women are not accountable for anything they have done. I repeat, black women are not accountable for anything they have done. Even other black men will keep the narrative and the rhetoric. But the irony is, we all feed off each other and do things to each other that hurt each other. But only when the problem is it's only a black man. I love when we were talking, we having a discussion about black people and what black people do, or the main discussion about our opposite gender. But for some reason, we cannot never just stick on the topic. The fault, the hatred only goes back to black men. Isn't that the irony? Why is that? Have yet, even in somebody understanding, they have yet to explain that. How is it that any black man fought for all activity done in the black community? So I learned this, brothers, and leave it at this, because there's going to be many talks that I want to hit on. The conclusion of it, you cannot blame a woman for nothing. They will never be held responsible for anything. So you have two options: to suck it up or leave. Leaving is not always just doing that you're leaving and you're not taking responsibility or accountability for what you have done. Leave me. You've said your piece. She don't want to understand, but if you notice it, it's only their understanding that they want you to understand, but their understanding have nothing in it that'll make us understand. So, for instance, if we talk about all sides of a story, but first I want to say this: parasite insects and bugs. The irony is we are annoyed by bugs and insects that are part of the earth. We deny we're not from this earth. Insects and bugs, along with animals, help the earth's natural order. We, the people, destroyed the natural order. Hashtag control. The earth shared with us all it has. Then we take away all earth has. So naturally, people, we are the earth's parasites. We are the creatures and animals. Animals hide from us. Think about that. They hide from us. But we want to be known and shown and highlighted because we are the evil parasites on this earth. That has been brought to you by OGroundz Production. And put it in the chat. That's my call name. Start utilizing everything more that influences me. I don't have a team. I don't have a support. Brother, I want you to remember this. Think about this, brother. I just want you to really think. It's not on no hate stuff, no nothing. Who's supporting you? I'm not talking about, okay, I can call, because you know, your first thing as a man, whatever you taught to do, to help, to assist. Why are you not getting help and assist? Oh, because you're a man, right? Oh, you are a man. You don't need help, but you supposed to use all your utilities and help and assist it. I'm not saying become hateful. Become mindful of what you're doing now. You're not a utility or a tool. Nobody, think about who you are. You're not out there. I'm gonna give my experience. I'm not in the street. You think people call me to have fun? But it was time to work or do something. Guess who they call? Me. Sometimes I say no. And within my no, I don't worry about how hurt they are, because remember, the first anything of your life is you. Don't matter how many books you read, you still have to believe in you. I don't care how many times somebody tell you you're beautiful or handsome. You got to say, you are good looking. Don't matter what somebody else say to you, you have to be first within you, yourself, me and myself and I. Now, there's a part where there's a grand selfishness, and that's what is going on. But also, brother, remember, I said this in 2019, 2020. I've been saying this since I've been on YouTube. Brothers, we don't have any allies. No allies. Even our own black men, we don't have allies. You're on your own. Even they know that, but they won't say it, because they are worried about the things that never made them a man. Money. Money don't make you a man. How much money you have in your bank account of money right now don't make you a man. The things that make you a man is you. But if you want to place yourself, I don't put myself in the group. I'm not part of no sector on YouTube. I'm not part of black sector. I'm not part of no. I am one myself. But I am a black man. Because I know as a collective, I will get blamed no matter what happens. But they don't listen to me. Why is that? Go to all these other channels. Listen to what the guys are actually saying. And then process it. Now tell me what's really going on. Are you really being fed good information to inform you, to make you aware? Grand Rising, Miss Reigning Womban. Are those people feeding you information to make you aware? You have to ask yourself that. Now, what also I would do, I even have to check myself out, go back and look at my creations I made. I'm a curator. So I have to look at, does this align? And don't delete, put it in a certain category, which if you go to playlists, you will see certain categories. That because each category, which I don't follow certain things. I appreciate you. I don't follow certain things. So what I do within me, when I get mad, you can see the difference on the videos I make. And then you would go through the playlist and you see the difference in the playlist I make. Grand Rising, Brother David. I'm just talking. I don't know if anybody want to just chime in or let me know or anything. I'm just talking. Different topics that involve me. My power that I have, I can control. So, here's a broadcasting announcement. I try to say, whoever watched this now or later, as a collective, the number one advertisement is that we have free social media. I brought this up on my Instagram. Why don't we advertise? And I try to advertise everybody that I have, or I try to put them where if you go to my page, you can see David, you can see Miss Reigning Womban. And if I don't put on my video this time, I try to do it next time, because I learned, for me, that's my job as a man. I'm not a utility, or I'm not to be used, but I am a great assister and helper. And see, even in the word assist, like sister, sis. So I will assist to the women and then be a brother to the men. and I try to do my best. So in each category, just as I would never call myself an alpha, beta, sigma, or gamma, because I did a video on that. And then I actually looked it up and I sat down and went through it with people. I'm not an alpha. I'm strong. I'm a leader. I'm not a beta. Sometimes I have to know when somebody else can be front of the project or lead with the information. So I won't talk about the law or politics as much unless you get to a certain area, because I have read a book or books enough to have information on that. So I either require or sit in the background and ask questions or deem and say, hey, you might want to research that a little more because I don't remember seeing that or reading about that. I don't think that applies or that's applicable. And that's what we have to do sometimes with these channels that we are creating or platforms. Is this applicable to me or not? And that's where my playlists come in, because I'm not an alpha, beta, sigma, or gamma, but these are my playlists that's about me. I fit in all. Only thing I don't fit in, I would never call myself something that lessens me. So if you're trying to say I'm not a man because I don't make a certain income, I would never get into the category of calling myself a high value man. Because let's say next year I make 160,000 take home money. I still don't want to refer to the high value man, because saying that do not describe the type of man I am. Still, just ask alpha, beta. I will be all of them. I am the whole Greek alphabet. I'm not just one. Because sometimes I have to fight. Sometimes I have to use my mouth. Sometimes I have to lead. Sometimes I have to be part of. I don't say follow. So sometimes I have to be part of a group, because this time, so even if somebody's on the pulpit, that man got to know when to step off the pulpit and let somebody else, whether it's a man or a woman. I appreciate you. And you want to know something funny, Miss Reigning Womban? With the high value man, and this was given to me, but first, he didn't start off that way. That was ironic. But I kept watching. But the one thing I hate doing, Reigning Womban, is coming down on men, because it's almost like a backslap to my face. What I try to do is give people information. So if I'm going to talk about what is a high value man and why this, and I woke up with that on my spirit. And also I'll show you what else I woke up with this. I'll show you. I share the screen because I love sharing different things, because that shows people who I am. Do I share the window? Do I share the whole window? I don't know. I'm just gonna share the window. So I woke up with this, and I wanted to share something else as well. I woke up with this, and it talked about, I don't know why I woke up with this piece of information given to me about that. What I hate on this earth, that we are not enough loving and sharing. And I heard the other day, marriage originally was created just for people to pass up, but it wasn't. I hate using the word. Marriage originally was a social institution. Why was it a social institution? The whole premise of marriage, nothing else. Exactly. Or you don't have a family, going back to marriage. If you're not networking with men, you don't have a family. So basically, even if you don't have a actual child or a wife, yes, sir. And David talk about politics and the vaccine on his channel. He the newsman. I shared his channel and going to share it more and share yours too and everything. Good to see you back, because you was off for a while, Miss Reigning. I mean, not off, but you wasn't on. I know. I feel as sometimes you need, what you call that, when you're not on social media, a detox, because I make titles that's pertaining to my thoughts, but what I'm talking about is pertaining to the title, but it's not per se the actual topic. It's not to draw people in. It's just that the title of what I'm given at the time I use that. Oh, thank you. And so I share that with people. We talking about we love each other. The original purpose of marriage was for family, nothing else. It had nothing to do with generational wealth, notoriety, because generational wealth is what? Your family. So if I know I gave all my son and all my daughter all of the information, and I'm informing them, so I'm guiding my son. I'm not, and I don't know. I know people have their religion. I don't say train and teach, because when you talk about training and teaching, it, to me, unless it give room, and maybe it does. So the word I asked the Spirit to give me, and he gave me 2 words: guide and challenge. Miss Reigning Womban, Brother David, I can guide you all day on how to be like the power of oneness within yourself, but you have to see it for yourself first. Don't matter. So I guide you. So now guess what happens next? It's the challenge. So that's why I don't use teach and train. I'm not saying that there's wrong, but I don't use the word teach and train because I'm not training you or teaching you. Miss Reigning Womban and Brother David, when your channel or when you talk to someone, you are giving them and sharing you. That's all I can do. So everything I do on channels or platform, I'm sharing you a piece of me, and my piece of me is real. I'm not going to show you I'm on a private jet because that's not my life. Now, if I really was on a private jet, and I remember, hey, take a picture, I'm on a private jet, I'm going to take a picture and say I was on a private jet today. But then I will put hashtag going back to my regular life tomorrow, because a private jet probably costs about I think I looked it up. It's like $12.5 million a year just for maintenance alone. Maintenance. Or something of that nature. It's a good amount. I don't think maybe that was all together, but that's a lot. So imagine 12 million this year, 12 million. That's 24 million just in 2 years. Who got $24 million to give away? So I share that. And I feel as we the people, if we love each other, the original social institution was about love, because it said togetherness, it said bonding, it says sharing. But we don't. We destroy everything. We got pets. That's slavery. I ain't gonna get into it. But then we eat meat. I eat meat, but I am gonna look at like, dang, I didn't know that's how you kill. I didn't know that's how you do chickens. I didn't know. When I finally seen it, I was like kind of disgusted. That's like, well, it's so good. It's like, so what is my other alternative? Not eating meat, or be more aware and have respect. And sometimes I think we lose track of that. And also the original marriage was about respect. It wasn't just about I'm setting up your daughter to be with this man or this man to be with. It was always about respect and love. And so as well that other people don't even realize that. Here's another thing. Oh, always, sister. Yeah, she's like you said, is some things we do offline and we don't have to share. And that's respect. That's what I'm saying. That's full blown, cold hearted respect. And I appreciate you, even when you stop by, however long you stop by. I appreciate it, because sometimes I can run on. I'm working on that and other things. And I was going to show my Instagram and Twitter why I'm doing my live. For whoever one of you, please share, make it go viral, and thank you. I love you, and thanks for the love. I love people. And I had to explain this to a lady I was dating a little while ago. She said, how do you love me already? I said, because I love me. She's like, well, love is a deep word. I said, I don't believe in falling in love, because you're falling in love with yourself first. That's just me. And when I give you I'm being love. Being is an action of giving, sharing, pouring out. So I'm pouring out my love on the first day I meet you. Or if I'm saying I have a sexual or a mental, spiritual alignment with you, Yes, and you pray. And that's but if people want to really be about their life, about what they believe in, that's true. That's why you pray. You pray for the nourishment, for the sacrifice, for the willingness, if that's the case, of that animal, which I will understand. In some cases, I will believe when you work, because I've seen things. I watch anime, I watch real life. Love is a choice, right? It's a choice for me to love you. Love is not blind. Love is not foolish. Love is not hurt. Love is not abusive. Love don't take away. Love don't, oh, I just so happen to fall in love. No, you just so happen. Finally, did your heart care enough? And if you have love in you, a lot of things will not be abound in you. So people like, oh, you hate black women. I don't hate black women. It's as in, it's different. It's not different, it's similar. If I stop talking about black women and helping them, I'm part of the problem. So if, for instance, if we talk about black women being hurt and abused, I'm gonna say that's sad. I agree with how they hurt and abused. But now, as a man, I had to figure out, okay, I was homeless. Okay, you can join. I was homeless because, you know why I was homeless? It's not because nobody ain't helped me. That's a good reason. Like, we are used as utility. I was homeless because I didn't have what you call that education. Imagine the man that has a lot of education, a lot of understanding of who he is. Now he goes out, he's able to learn. Now imagine this man learning. So I learned how to do paint. I learned how to paint. I learned how to do brick, mortar. Guess what? I have collected a whole bunch of skill sets. Don't matter how many jobs that won't hire me, I still can have a job. And job is work. We still have to put the work in. And the most easiest work you can put in is your mouth. People say, oh, off of YouTube, people don't know. Your mouth is sometimes that can be the work you can have. That's to be your only work for now. People say, focus on you. But as I said, I woke up with sharing information. I want to make sure I get the information out because I don't want to bottle this up or just write it down and keep it. I want to start sharing it. So soon as Miss Reigning Womban, I'm going to go over this real quick before she comes. I'll share the entire screen. I'm going to share the window. I don't know how much you all can see that. And that's the join the stream. And I don't see anything yet. If you're trying to come on, Miss Reigning Womban, I don't see anything. And you don't have to show your face. We know who you are. All people got to do is go to her channel. That's all they got to do. I'm gonna share her channel. And because I'm sharing that one part. All right, wait till it come up. And I wanted to show this as well. Oh, okay, no problem. Okay. And always talk about it, how we all have our channels. So imagine if all of what we call Black YouTube came together. Right now, StreamYard is free. Instagram is free. You see what else? You got Twitter is free. YouTube can be free if you want it to be. I don't know. You get a lot of perks I'm not advertising YouTube, but I'm utilizing their services. That's free, regardless of who's in charge, the entities. I don't have to worry about that because that's not what my channel is about. I don't care. I'm using the free thing. Just as I'll go over this, the mandate is not mandatory. I mean, the shot is not mandatory. What's mandatory, and people have to understand this, and this is why this is David. This is why this is important, brother White. You talking about? We got to understand the shot is not mandatory. You got to remember that the shot not meant. The shot is you don't have to take the shot. It's not. But to work at a business, now we gotta see. But this is what them. This is why I say where our brothers at. That's explaining this to our brothers and sisters. We not explaining it. We got to explain this to each other. Our brothers and sisters, we have to explain this. Where's oh, there she go. We got to explain this to each other. Here she go. Right, there you go. It can't be enforced. That's the thing. It's not being enforced. You gotta listen. Listen to what they say. I know it's semantics and words. This is why I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna go up there and fight against something that I know I don't have to do. They're smart. They're using semantics on us. They're making sure that they're not telling us we have to take it. That's why they're giving us so many incentives, because inside of the incentives, let me see. Your page never come up that way. I have to get back to it, or put it in the chat if you can. I don't know. Are you do I have you down as a what's the name, David? You call that when you can put your thing and they can see it and they can click on it in the chat? A moderator. And so I would say real quick, I got off topic a little bit, that you don't have to take the shot, but to work at a company that's aligned to the government, they sign the papers and all the other information, you have to take a shot to work for that company. To be at home, to walk outside, to go on the streets, to drive, to run your own business, you don't have to take the shot. Right. You don't have to. So I wanted to explain that. So here is the lovely Miss Reigning Womban coming up. How you doing, lovely?
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Grand Rising. I can hear
Grand
you.
Rising.
I'm using like my TV with my laptop. So I don't know if you heard the background echo. If you do, let me know.
I don't hear anything at the moment. I don't. um,
Okay, cool.
Thank you for allowing me to come up.
No problem. Is and I shared your channel, and you
Yeah,
can enter.
thanks.
I don't know if you ever. I don't think you ever been on one of my lives, so you can introduce yourself because I don't want to mess it up, and explain what you got going on real quick.
Okay. Well, I'm Rainy Woman. And that is I'll be a little bit more descriptive on your channel, but so I
Mm-hmm.
am Reigning Woman, and that is spelled Womban, and the B is meant to be silent, but you can use the B if you want, but it is symbolic. I spell it
Mm-hmm.
like that because it is symbolic for me recognizing the difference between a man and a woman and the importance of the difference as a woman. So it's me also recognizing that my femininity is divine and I honor its divinity. I honor my femininity. The reigning is because I consider myself someone that is supreme as a
Mm-hmm.
woman, as a feminine woman. I am supreme. And I'm supreme because I work to always be better. I am in control of who I am. I take full responsibility of who I am, what I do, how I'm being, who I am being, and all of my involvement.
Yes. And I agree. It's funny when I met you on YouTube, you had the B, and I had just started saying I want to meet a womb woman, and then guess what I met? And I think some guys look at it as, oh, that's their wife, or that's. I say no, you can manifest what you want, but you can't always think it's your wife because you're single, or you
Hmm.
don't have no kids or anything, or that's the woman I'm supposed to. But that's the woman that can be part of your life that you can say, man, that I manifested through the spirit, the creator, and then I
Hmm.
met a woman.
Hmm. Hmm. And I believe very much in
Mm-hmm.
self awareness, self actualization, and self mastery. So, a lot that you get from my channel are really based upon those things. No matter what I am talking about, it at the end of the day, it still boils down to our choices, our being self aware. I want to provoke you to think outside of what's being conditioned for you to think, and
Mm-hmm.
being okay with that, being okay with challenging different narratives, different words, like talking about the mandate, and what's mandatory and what that means. That is thinking, that is
Mm-hmm.
using your critical thinking, right?
Yes.
And when you do that, I just believe that it really gives you the ability to operate in your own power and understanding that you truly do have power. But if you don't feel powerful, then you will not act or be powerful, and
Right.
it's your own fault.
That is true. I love that how you say it, provoke. That's like, as you say, I challenge you to think now, use all your thinking ability, not just, man, that hurt. She hurt my feelings. Man, it's her fault. She ain't do it right. She hollered at me. All she did was nag. But you have to say, what did I do? What did I say at some point? And
Hmm.
you have to take accountability to that
Hmm. And
and
it's
hold.
forever,
Mm-hmm.
it's realizing that it is a forever process. But
Mm-hmm.
you are willing to do the process. If you're not willing to do the process and work on yourself and forever work on yourself and take responsibility and use your power and recognize what your power is and recognize also the power in others, when you recognize your own power and you subdue it, you nurture it, you cultivate it. As mean you cultivate it, you hone in on it, you use it for you just recognize it for what it is, and you're okay with it. Meaning, and you're okay with any of your imperfections, any of your flaws. You don't try to cover them up. You don't try to hide them. Now, you don't parade them in front of
Mm-hmm.
everyone because that would not be wise.
No.
However, you own up to them for yourself, and you own up to them with others that you can share your
Mm-hmm.
vulnerabilities with and your weaknesses with, so that you can be stronger, so that you can put it out there. Look, this is an area where I am struggling. This is
Yes.
how long I've been struggling, it's been a struggle on and off. But this is my weakness. Will you help, you know, carry me in this, because you appear to be strong in this area, and I
Mm-hmm.
trust you. See, look, I didn't mean to come up here and do all this first. I
No,
really,
no, you good. It's a key word, which you said, carry me. And
yes.
people gonna be listening. And I know young men listen to me because I talk to them on the channels. They follow my page. They may not come to every video, but they do. And when you say carry me as a woman, and if all the information about a man that you know,
Hmm.
can you explain that in a both sided view for they can understand what do you mean by carry me?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
can. So, what I mean by carry me is when there is something that is hurt, that is maimed, that is unfunctional, right? Like if you see something in the street, or a sick person,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to get from point A to point B, and we're on this journey together. Well, when I fall, because this is my weakness, or this is
Yes.
where I'm struggling at, so this has me down. Because you're not weak in this area, you can actually carry me at this time in this season to help me to complete the journey and not leave me behind,
Hmm.
and vice versa.
Yes. And I'm happy you said that, because what's heavy on my heart lately
Mhm.
is how black men are so diminished now. Okay, you know how you got that the I don't know what you want to call them without saying the words, because I don't care about being attacked.
Mhm.
I know I'm on a free platform, and so much way is free and it's not free. And so the community that uses the they, the she, the he, and things as that now, I feel
Mhm.
even now I feel as that's even dividing and separating, because they're using the word
Mhm.
CIS or eight.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm saying so much, and I said, wow. So, but it's everybody, and then I just keep seeing a post. Well, the straight, the heterosexual black men, we attack us too. We on your side. And they're like, oh yeah, we. So it's like, oh wow, we're like really hanging out by ourselves. And then when it comes to things as in sharing information, just as it makes sense. The woman said she's on like black woman side, and she's not gay, but she's like it's a side she's on. I
Mhm.
understand what she said. She said about how until you black men hear our side, you are more of our oppressors of the things that we experience. So we're not gonna we I love you, but I'm not gonna give you my business. I'm not gonna give you my anything until you finally understand. But I feel as when you do understand, is as now what it seemed as every woman that did that. I say understand and that care about me, that's not my family.
Mhm.
They're like, now join my side. I was like, I can't. And they're like, why?
Mhm.
You said you understand, but you about to go out and do this attack. I'm not a none of them type of letters type of black man. I don't
Mhm.
identify as a a separation of black men. The other black men, they all in the groups and separation, they join hands. I don't join hands with people that separate themselves.
Mhm.
That's why I'm not part of no sector or have joined. And I've joined other people panels, but part of it, they are part of a sector. I'm not part of a sector, but I love when, and I was talking about my playlist or about using the Greek alphabet. I'm everything
Mhm.
in the Greek alphabet. I'm alpha, beta, sigma, zeta, omega. Nobody never used the omega. And
Mhm.
so I am part of it all, but I don't want to be in the group just because I agree. How do you
Mhm.
feel about all the groups and the sectors and the sections on YouTube, social media, and as a whole? I don't know how you identify yourself as a black one. I'm not saying you part of that community. I mean, do you say you like no? They say strong black woman. I'm independent, or I'm a black woman, but I'm not part. You know what I'm saying? How they
Mhm.
be doing it? I
I,
know.
I
Yes.
I don't define myself as a group,
Hmm.
because a group cannot define me when I am an individual, right?
Right.
Now I can work with a group. I
Yes.
can work with a team, but I cannot. I personally don't think anyone should assign themselves or subscribe themselves to a group before
Right.
they really fully identify themselves as an
Mm.
individual,
Right.
and make sure that what goes on with the group matches, it aligns with who you are as an individual. So, see, I am very particular, and I make no apologies for that at all.
Hmm.
I am first reigning woman. I am a woman. I am a woman of God. I am
Yes.
a woman of faith. I am a black woman. I am a heterosexual woman. I am family oriented. I am pro black woman, pro black man, pro black families, and I am pro humanity. And in all these things, I am pro reigning woman first.
Mhm. I love how you worded that. How and see, but you don't see a lot of, or you don't hear because first we hear, then we see it. The eye gates and the ear gates. You don't hear or see a lot of people in general, not just women or men, identify themselves as themselves first.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
rare. And Brother David is another individual that I see. He not in. He got his things about him, but he don't.
Mhm.
He telling me he say him and I don't tackle him. I say, oh, but you ever thought about this? And I know he think about it because that's why he's still around. And I go to him. I don't feel the importance of if you go another race, I got to dish you. Only feel this is when you start bringing up saying somebody's better. But then when you
Mhm.
look at that person, you ask that person who they are, they get defensive when you start asking them questions to describe who they are.
Mhm.
I think that's the irony of collectivism because you ask the people individually who they are, they can't tell you.
Mhm.
They don't know nothing about themselves.
Groupthink can be very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It can be dangerous for the group, the individuals that are a part of the group, and for the environment around
Yes.
the group.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a time and a place for grouping, but when you're unable to identify the timing for the group within a purpose, then you allow yourself, you sign up for being responsible and taking
Mm-hmm.
on any accusation,
Mm-hmm.
any wrongdoing, as well as the right doing of the group. See, a lot of times what people want, though, people want to be considered and celebrated when what the group does is
Right.
good.
When it's good.
When it's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it's positive, when everyone's talking about it in a positive way and it's being highlighted and it's being awarded, we want the awards. But when it's under scrutiny,
Right.
then you want to separate yourself. Up, that didn't have anything to do with me. Up, I didn't agree with that. Oh no, that wasn't me. When the only time the responsibility for individualism within the group is supposed to happen is outside of the public arena behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
But publicly, because behind closed doors, you have to find out and get the individual to take responsibility so that you can correct it.
Yes.
You can mend it and you can make a decision of if this is rehabilitable or if we need to sever it. But in the public, it's the
Mm-hmm.
whole group.
Right. And that's the
Every the
part.
Yes,
That's the part that I hate.
everyone is involved. There
Mm-hmm.
is no separation. By the time it comes in the public, and when there comes separation, it's after the decision has been made behind the scene, behind closed doors. Okay, this is who is the face of the
Right.
responsibility of the breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit true or not true, this is the assigned scapegoat.
Right. And
And
the
we carry
same.
on.
I would appreciate that. See, I wouldn't even go see. I wouldn't go see it that way. I was just saying the other day on my other one of my other lives or videos. I, you can talk with someone and you don't have all the words. To me, that's why I love the collective because my brother over here can articulate, my sister over here can articulate, and I just say what I say, and it all makes sense after we all talked. And they
Hmm.
say, "Oh," and then as a collective, when everybody's joining for the betterment, right
Hmm.
there, it was the signs to show the good, the bad, than the betterment. But when the betterment part comes, everybody want to be part of the betterment. Everybody want to be
Mhm.
part of the good. But
Mhm.
we all are at fault. The
Mhm.
things in the news, we all are at fault.
Mhm.
All not if something happened to a black woman, it's a black woman and a black man fault. When something happened to a
Mhm.
black man, and just forget the man and woman, our
Mhm.
children.
Mhm.
I don't have children, so I still call on my children. I still call my male cousins my nephews for some reason. They all my nephews. They just be laughing.
Mhm.
They accept it by now.
Mhm.
And yeah, and so I say it's my fault if my cousins, if my nephews on the streets, who fault is it? It's some there's some I say some because they all have they got to understand some things you got to know is wrong, especially if you show them like why is it wrong. So you guide them, then you challenge them. Just
Mhm.
don't tell them why it's wrong,
Right.
and then when they do it, they know. Oh, and then maybe one day, because some people maybe when they do wrong, they don't feel it.
Mhm.
Because I know sometimes I can be saying wrong. I say I don't feel bad, but I know it's bad. I know they have to find out one day, and I think that's what's happened to a lot of people. They're not mature, and I don't
Mhm.
mean by not mature by like they're immature, and I
Mhm.
don't mean by like like people say, "Oh, you immature for." No, I think they're immature because they don't have enough information
Mhm.
and make it incomplete to understand. So I know breaking the window was wrong. I've been
Uh-huh.
told that it was wrong,
Uh-huh.
but why is it wrong? Even though
Mhm.
that building been empty for 5, 6, or 4 years,
Mhm.
why is breaking that window wrong? And I don't think no nobody has went in depth with that in that part, or the people that they're listening to as a whole.
Mhm.
I don't think they went in depth, and they usually don't, because when you talk about marriage, just like another example, you don't hear love. So
Mhm.
why would I not break that window? Nobody there. Why would I want to get married? It don't benefit me. Nobody. Like I've been doing it all my life. So and that's why I tell a lot of those people, y'all remember how you talk one day, it kind of do transfer into another part of your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
Then it's too late. It be like, you know what? That do affect me when if I'm having a bad relationship with my mother, I think I'm gonna have a bad relationship with my sister, then the women around me, then my aunts.
Mhm.
I'm sorry,
Mhm.
it's going to trickle down the line. Or if I have a bad relationship with my father, I'll have it with my brother, my uncles. Don't matter if they did anything to you or not, or helped you or not. It's going to be bad.
May
But
I interject?
go ahead.
What's really happening
Mm-hmm.
when we do that
Mm-hmm.
is we're not understanding that we're having a bad relationship with ourselves
Themselves.
and
Mm-hmm.
with God. Now, and I separate the two sometimes because not everyone believes in God, and I respect that. And I believe that just because someone doesn't believe in God the way that I believe in God does not negate their feelings, their situation, and a solution being available. With faith and with the belief in God, it gives you, in my opinion, a greater
Mm-hmm.
access to power and a
Okay.
greater access to development and maturity. So I'm going to say with God, you're having a better relationship because in everything that you do and how you relate to others is truly an example of how you relate to God.
Mm.
And that's a reflection of how you relate to yourself. Without God, if you don't believe in God, it's just a
Mm-hmm.
reflection of how you feel about yourself and the things that you use as an excuse. And your excuses are like your Linus blanket. For those who are not familiar with Linus, the
Mm-hmm.
cartoon Peanuts with
Okay.
Charlie Brown. Linus was the one that always carried his blanket. That was his security. For many people that have bad relationships and they say, well, it's because of my father or because of my mother or because what was done to me as a child or because of my aunt or because of my last boss,
Mm-hmm.
your reasoning or your excuses have become your security blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You have found safety in your excuses and your reasoning. And that allows you to get some to feel like you deserve or you're warranted some kind of pass
Mm.
by those that you say, that you can't have a relationship with now because of what happened before and how it trickles down.
Right.
When in all actuality, you have chosen to be stagnant. You have chosen to be a victim. You have chosen to be powerless. That's what you have chosen. And in any given time, you can choose different. And choosing different means also seeking solutions. And knowing that in your seeking, you may not find it all right away, but because you are going in that direction, then the vibration is going to start bringing solutions to you.
Mm-hmm.
But then those solutions are going to also mean doing some work on yourself. And the
Self.
work that you're doing doesn't have anything to do with anyone else, but others will benefit from the work that you do. And then you will begin to place that blame that you place will begin to fall, it'll begin to shed.
Mm-hmm.
But that's scary for a lot of people because that also means being really vulnerable, and it also means being humbled. So, what we have now with a lot of lack of this is we have a lot of people at large that are in a state of arrested development.
Mm-hmm.
So, they don't know why it's bad, why they really shouldn't, what's wrong about breaking the window of an abandoned house.
Right.
Knowledge is knowing it's wrong. Wisdom is knowing why it is wrong.
It's wrong. I agree. And that's what I feel like. So when you come into self, and I call that the power of oneness, and like a lot of people, and that's the thing with now going back to that collective, don't believe in the God that how we say the God is and everything. I say that's cool because
Mhm.
I'm not here to change someone's mind,
Mhm.
but I am here. If we're going to come together, what can we agree on?
Mhm.
And you have to understand that. I say whatever you believe on, and you can't agree on nothing. Might want to check. I don't care what your belief is, because I don't care if you Mormon. I don't care if you Baptist, you do voodoo, you atheist, Christian, Jehovah Witness. How come your belief, the person who you basically who you are, because I don't want to,
Mhm.
I'm not blaming this belief on you. I'm not blaming that on you, because
Mhm.
whatever it is, I don't know every belief front to back and back to front. But I know I'm
Mhm.
talking to a person. How come your belief don't, I can't say enforce, but when you look at yourself, how come it don't bring you into maybe I shouldn't do this? Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Mhm. Mhm.
When you're gonna start taking accountability or responsibility for who you are, going back to what you said, it's not your parents' fault. So I always say between the age of 25 and 30, those things by your parents should no longer affect you now because they can't do nothing no more. Because most parents are higher, like 30, 40 years older. Most parents, I'm saying most parents, nowadays ain't that way. But
Mhm.
they 30, 40 years older than you.
Mhm.
So you're gonna be doing this all to your parents when you get there. Like, Dad, I bought a house. Right. Or uncle that's older than you. Right.
Mhm.
Well, I know because some parents are 15 years only older than their child.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Mhm.
dang.
Mhm. Right, right, right. Literally growing up with their children.
No, right, right.
Hmm.
They literally grow, and that's another section. I wish that the men and women would. It's like we got all of these platforms. We can literally break off of or pass on or pass up each section that have mad quality in it, but
Hmm.
we don't. That's
Hmm.
scary.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, that's for several reasons, though.
all right.
And one of them is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And then another reason is, again, the security blankets.
Right.
A lot of people really want to, they we want to carry our security blankets, and we want to
Mm-hmm.
pull on your security, and we want to pull on your security blanket.
Mm-hmm. You say what's mine?
We want to pull, we want to carry ours, and we
Uh-huh.
want to pull on the other security blankets.
That's true. Because
Or we
I
want to
have the
discuss, or let's discuss the
mhm.
dirt on this, on your security blanket, because
Right.
security blankets, no matter how they make us feel, all of them are dirty.
Yes,
So
that's
now let's
true.
pick apart the dirt on the security blanket. Let's talk
Hmm.
about your dirt. Let's talk about, while you're talking about the dirt on my blanket, let me talk about the dirt on yours.
Right.
You want to talk about the orange juice stain, okay? But yours got this great big um fruit punch Kool-Aid stain.
Why you saying
Your
Kool-Aid?
blanket, look like you. It looked like you peed on your blanket.
Right, right. And that's what we gonna do. Like your blanket ain't been washed in a while. Like so, if we transform or translate blanket, so you saying Kool-Aid saying that means you got a lot of stains on your life that you done
Mhm.
that you
Mhm.
not acknowledging.
Mhm.
Not to say that about me. I tell people my stains or my blanket dirty. That mean I haven't washed it. When I think about that,
Mhm.
I think about the inside.
Mhm.
Ask the person last time they washed it.
Yes.
Last time you took a shower and washed the inside. It's
Yes.
like how I do that. They don't know. They don't even ask how you do that. They start trying to make another argument for something else.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm
And
like, that's not
then
what I meant. I didn't try to argue with you. That was literally a door. That's why I say we immature.
yes.
It's
Yes. And
incomplete. It's not that
yes.
they're not men or women. I don't do the real men. That was the first start of it. I remember that, but they're immature because we don't have all the enough information to process, so we can make the best sound understanding. So when somebody say that, I don't get offended when you said when you what you said about people earlier. Why would I get offended? Is you talking
Mhm.
to me or you not? And
Mhm.
also, even if you not, I get to examine myself
Mhm.
because I'm
Mhm.
already doing that. I don't
Right.
battle. I battle people because people battle themselves.
Mhm. And we should always be examining
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. Always.
Mm-hmm. But try to tell that to the person that's I've been this. I just got done to me by who and such, where, when, why, and how. And then you say, "Can you look past that?" And then the first thing that person says, "You don't care about what happened to me." I say, "I do," but I said, "No offense. You've been living with this for 20 years, 15, 10 years,
Mhm. Mhm.
and nothing changed." He's like, "Well, if I did, I got a better job. I make this money, but your house empty. You don't want nobody around." That's the opposite of love, because in love is charity. They're sharing. I want somebody to be here with me. They ain't got to be there 24/7. So did you really get over it, or is you just? It's like you take, you know they
Right.
take houses and they build stuff over it, or they fix the house, they put the plaster on it, and they
Right. Look,
paint
they
it
got the house
over.
top of the cemetery.
Oh, that's even. Oh my goodness. I was gonna say that, but I was like, no, I ain't gonna use that one. But you see,
Yeah.
yeah,
You got then straight put a whole community on top of a cemetery.
right. That was like you reading about this stuff now. It's saying, and it's true. It's true. It's like, man, at first they used to hide it. Now it's like they
Right.
want us to know Central Park or these mental institutions in the backyards of the mental institution. That 3,000 bodies is buried out there. It's like, oh, you're not gonna hide it no more. It's like we wasn't hiding it. Y'all didn't know. People went out and we ain't
Right,
never
just
tried to
because
hide.
you didn't know, yeah, just because you didn't know didn't mean we were hiding it. We just didn't tell you, but that's not hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back if I can to the blanket.
Go, go ahead.
So you mentioned someone saying, "Well, your blanket looks like you haven't washed it in a while." And
Mm-hmm.
so then what happens with the person that has a cleaner blanket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sharing how they got their blanket clean,
Right.
they want to brag now. We're just bragging
Mm-hmm.
about my now I'm better than you because I got a cleaner blanket. I mean, yeah, you see this stain here, but I just did that 2 days ago. But it's gonna be clean in 2 more days, baby. But your blanket's still gonna be dirty. Okay, you gonna still. Matter of fact, look, let me go in. Matter of fact, you're gonna have not just this Kool-Aid stain and this orange juice stain and that pee stain. You're gonna have a
Right.
poop stain. You're gonna have spit stain.
Yeah, they
You're
spitting
gonna have
all
dragging
over
the
it.
ground stain.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have cement stain, and you know what? You're gonna have lint. And my
Mm-hmm.
blanket gonna be nice and fluffy and nice and clean in about 2 days. Come,
Right.
come see me in 2 days, okay? All right,
Mm-hmm.
boo. Yeah, that part. Thank you. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, again, that's cute
Right.
and that's great for a 10-year-old
Mm-hmm.
that don't know no better.
Right.
But when we're 30, 40, 50, 60, and we're still trying to boast about the clean blanket instead of saying, you know what? I just so happened
Mm-hmm.
to meet this man down the road 2 years ago, and
Okay.
he told me in town, 50 miles up, was a laundromat that only did blankets. They
Mm.
specialized in doing blankets. And that's where I'm going. And this is how much it costs. Now, if you can't do this,
Mm-hmm.
I also have learned, I read, because, a lot of folks like to brag how smart they are. So
Okay.
I read the material and what they use to get the blankets clean over there. And though I don't have the same equipment, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? If you don't, if you could just get these few ingredients and put
Mm-hmm.
them together, and your blanket can get clean too. If not,
Just
it
as.
won't have the same softness or whatever, but at least it'll
Mm-hmm.
be clean. See, that's different from come see me in 2 days after my blanket's clean, and I bet I'm gonna show you what my blanket do, and I bet everything I talked about, your blanket gonna have that and then some.
Right, because
Hmm.
now guess what's about to happen? In 2 days, they blanket about to get dirty with
Yes.
that Kool-Aid stain. Let me go wash it. No, you can't do that. So now that's when the humility. Well, for one out of every, I guess, 10 or 20 people, the humility kick in.
Right,
That was a
right.
beautiful analogy. Wow, that was beautiful. See, that's what I love about coming together and sharing beat bits and pieces of that's you. That's part of you. I wouldn't have used the blanket. I wouldn't have thought about it. Maybe in 10 years, and like, oh, the blanket. And you like, I already used that. And I go back, like, oh, listen to that. That's where that came from. And that's all we doing. But that's why I say we got all these free platforms and nobody and you know what the ones that hurt the most is the ones because if your heart, because I know you have a heart, I can't we don't have the same heart, but we have similar hearts. I can tell it hurt you when you watch people and you like, that's not even who that person is. Why
Mhm.
is they doing this? And
Mhm.
it's like, that's and it's like, because you remember when you was in a dark time and you saying, why I'm doing this? But it's like, is that person actually doing that? Or they got to the point where they say 2 tears in the bucket. And this
Mhm.
that's what happened to our community.
Mhm.
Everybody started saying too, I got this job. Now the blanket, now to put it to some words to it, now in that blanket. Appreciate you, David. That blanket, now it turns into I got my degree, and guess what
Mhm.
happened? I work for a better company than you.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I made, then we started doing the numbers. Like you only make $20,000 more than me, but your use of your $20,000, you're not getting the same bang for your buck as I am. So you just got something to look a certain way. Like I can make a blanket
Right.
look clean. I can remove all the stains and now but it still can stink. So
Right.
I moved all your stain, got rid of it, but it still can smell. And that's what it's doing. It's like, okay, I'm clean, but your blanket still smell. And for the overall, and this is one of the things, I know it's offensive if I say it. Okay, I'm gonna use multiple examples. All right, you ready? Ready? You got your seatbelt on?
I got it on.
All right. I don't know. I don't know how to do it because I always say to myself, I wish one day I can talk as my sister or people I know. They know how to say straight stuff straight up without feeling a certain way. I don't care what people think about me, but it's a certain way I say it. I care the way I think about how I say it.
I can understand that. But you know what I'm going to tell you about that right now? Just focus on the message. We can't all sound the same. We can't all be the same, but it does not make your message any less important.
I understand.
So, yes. So, and there's always going to be someone who gets your message the way that you deliver it. The message came to you as you are, as the way that you speak. It didn't wait for you to speak like anyone else for it to come to you, and I did it.
Appreciate it. So we got to think about this. I'm gonna say all the events that happened that I don't know if you looked at the news, but you came back on, so you probably looked at some of the channels that normally pop up, or you got a recommendation and you seen somebody else that was talking about it.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Can you hold that thought?
Okay.
I asked David when he said he was going to go get coffee
Uh-huh.
to make, bring us all some coffee. He gonna come back and say he wish he could have, but he only got coffee for himself. David.
This ain't Back to the Future. I can't email you coffee. That's funny. I get it. It's so funny. Oh wow, I didn't even think about it. I read it, but I didn't think nothing of it.
I only got coffee for myself. Okay, Dave, I'm gonna let you slide with that, but I'm gonna remember that because my blanket is not all the way clean. I'm due to go to the laundromat, so I'm a little petty. I got petty stains.
He about to have some coffee stains. They hard to get out.
Well, I learned a trick.
Oh,
with
okay.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste. I think you'll say charcoal. Okay, toothpaste. Okay.
I learned a trick with toothpaste and also with Dawn liquid dish soap and vinegar.
I
So
was gonna say vinegar because that's how you get out
yes.
blood. That's how you get blood out of a shirt.
Now I don't want to know how you know about that.
I told you, you don't know my past. I was a straight stone killer. No, I was a killer, but I never killed nobody. Isn't that the irony?
So you ain't no killer. Oh, look, I ain't no killer. I killed somebody, but I ain't no killer. Someone just died. Okay, hold on. This is all entertainment for everyone that's
Oh
listening.
yeah.
These statements are not. These
Oh no.
statements
Okay.
are just simply
Disclaimer.
yes, disclaimer. These
Let
statements
me put that
about
down here.
blood and bodies. This
All
is
right.
entertainment and analogies purposes only. This is only a commentary. Okay? Okay. We don't need nobody trying to mm-mm.
Okay, I ain't write that down.
Before I interrupted to talk about David's coffee, you were going to say something. Go ahead and finish, please.
All right.
And
I was
thank
writing
you.
down. I appreciate that. I was writing down the disclaimer. Only a commentary, all purpose in the chat. I should have put the
Okay.
chat and panel. And panel. We gotta do the panel first. I said chat.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
So everybody understand that. Don't I want to be flagged. They don't show some of my videos but I learned you can get a copyrights to songs. and play them. But it's like you can pay. The one guy said 60 pounds. I'll have to find his video again. So I guess that's $60 for us, and or $120, and you can get it all year around. The thing about it, you might have to do both
Mm-hmm.
because they might not have your song. So that's why you want to play an old OJ song, and they need a license for that one.
Uh-huh.
They might not have it, so you might have to search around, and or you can buy them individually. So I don't know the price range after a while, but if you're making income off of your platforms, I don't have
Mm-hmm.
no problem paying that money. But I don't have no
Mm-hmm.
problem now because I will subscribe to StreamYard. But I say I'll give it a minute. I'll pay for the year instead of just doing month to month. Month to
Mm-hmm.
month, paying more money.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so this talk starting now is going to be get your point. I'll stop along the way if you have any questions. Is what kills me about when you brought up the blanket. That was a great analogy. I appreciate that one. Is do you mind? Okay, as I speak, do you mind going over what I'm saying? Because you are not being funny, not saying it to be funny. You are a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and other women gonna be listening to this. I'm happy you are
Uh-oh.
one. So now, see, this was set up by the creator. I
Oh,
don't
I
say
am a
God, I say
woman. Yes, I
creator. So this was
am.
set up. I want to say things,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to talk about it so women can understand. For example, I'm not for a child molester, but I want to help women deeper. But I feel as it's going to take another woman with a man to understand what the men or me in my and if you put me in a group as
Mm-hmm.
black men that do say this, that's not saying it in some pedophilic way or some way that the trick women into trying to get the children or whatever, or talk about certain things that goes on in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? I ask you straight out. Are you okay if you don't like something, you can say, how that don't sound right, or leave it alone. Are you okay with that?
Am I okay with what part now? Say that again. Am I okay with what?
If you are okay, if I say something, they're like, oh no, you might want to leave that one alone.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not comfortable and you can okay, yes or no.
Okay.
Yes. Are you okay with that? You agree
I
or
am.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the disclaimer. I just wanted to say that. You also gotta ask that when you do collections. Are you okay? So
Right.
the one topic I want to talk about, I know it's early in the day. I'm not sure. I'm on the Eastern Standard Time Zone.
I'm in Central Standard.
Okay, so it's 8:26. I don't know how much time you got. You got a
It's
good amount, another half an hour at least.
yeah, sure. I got a half an hour.
Okay. And if you go over, let me know. And okay, like one topic I wanted to touch on about, and I want to keep it strictly towards, you know how you talk about a topic and the person say, what about the men? Or they say, what about the women? I want to keep it strictly toward a man saying it to a woman to help the
Hmm.
woman understand. So it's no blame factor to
Sure.
it's a blame factor to men. So we'll keep it like try to keep it men blame. So I don't so the women can understand. The one was the girl in the apartment with the maintenance man. And as a man, I correlate this, and then it can sound funny to a lot of women, and maybe you. You ever had a boyfriend and you kept his phone number after you know he disrespected you? Cheating is disrespecting you. Having multiple women when you said you are 101. They call that monogamous.
Monogamous.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't even use those words. I just say I'm courting you. I'm being with you. I don't use those words, but online they use words, so I'm gonna use the words. And you're welcome, Dave. He said thank you, Miss Lovely. And so I also wonder, why do women keep their ex's phone numbers or a man number that disrespects them? Do you have any understanding of that?
There, I say this a lot, don't I? what I'm about to say. There are different reasons, different factors. We're gonna say that that's my statement. Okay, we're just gonna say that's what Rain Woman do, y'all. Rain Woman's gonna always say, "Bro, there are many different reasons, different factors, different
Mm-hmm.
dynamics, but there are."
Okay.
So part of it could be just not really ready to completely let go of the relationship. Even if
Okay.
the relationship has ended, not really ready to
Okay.
let go of the attachment to the relationship, which entails really letting go. And that's okay if you're not seeing someone, if you're still trying to get over it, if you're still dealing with it, because there are levels and everyone is not at the same place. Some people can break up with someone, some women can break up with somebody and never never see them again, delete
Right.
everything, don't want nothing to do with you. And that's just it. Don't call me. Don't stop by my job. Don't stop by my family. No, it's done. I'm divorcing you and everybody and everything attached to you. I don't want the teddy bears. Okay, well, we're gonna keep the ring. But the teddy bears.
Hold on. What? You say you gonna keep the ring, huh?
Yeah. We might keep the ring, but the teddy bears, might keep the shoes too. The shoes,
You gonna keep the
but the
shoes?
teddy
All
bear,
right.
yeah,
All
probably
right.
probably gonna keep the shoes too. Probably not gonna just, a woman in her shoes and a woman in her
Mm-hmm.
jewelry. Don't play with us. but but the
Okay.
flower vases, unless it's crystal,
Okay,
we
so
can.
certain things y'all keep. So are
Mhm.
you so for you now?
Mhm.
You ain't you give us a good 2 minutes because I don't want you. You ain't got to go deep inside of you for
Mhm.
people. For you, are those the main reasons of why you keep his phone number? Like what is one reason why you would keep Grand Rising, Lovely? Why would
I
you
will
keep his
keep.
phone number?
I will keep his phone number if I still feel he's a benefit to me.
Mm.
If I still see some value in
Oh,
him,
oh,
I would still keep the number. Hmm.
oh.
Or vice versa. If I'm still a benefit to him. Now, in a healthy way, a healthy benefit, meaning
Mhm.
this man has knowledge that helps me to grow, helps me to be better.
Okay.
He
Okay,
has
so out of that, to
resources.
grow and be better,
Yes,
if you can
yes.
name just one thing off the top of your head, what is something that an ex that may have harmed you or hurt you can provide in the most helpful way to your growth?
Health benefits, different health
Hmm.
knowledge and information.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go deep in it. I'm not going
Hmm.
deep, but why you said health?
No,
Okay.
it is okay to go deep,
Okay.
and this is why I say that, right?
Hmm.
So many times we throw away the whole baby with the bathwater. It was the bathwater that was dirty, not the baby. Or maybe it was the baby that was dirty, but we just need to clean the baby, right?
Hmm.
I don't believe that just because we're not together means you're just trash. Unless now you're just trash. Now if you're just trash,
Hmm.
I gotta evaluate why did I attract the trash?
Hashtag dirty blanket.
Hashtag dirty blanket. Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
Hashtag dirty blanket. And of course, then yeah, be done. It totally
Okay. We got a question
elimination.
on the floor. What if your ex tells you you can be friends? Wouldn't that be a reason you would keep each other number?
No, but if you can't be friends, you can't be friends. If you can't be friends, there's no need to keep the number. There's no
Mm,
need to, if you can't be friends.
okay.
If you can't, well, if you can't be friendly, You can't be
You
friendly if you
delete
can't be.
everything,
Yeah,
emails,
yeah. If you can't
everything.
be friendly,
Okay.
there is no need. There is no need to have any form of communication.
Hmm.
I mean, there's just no
Would
need.
you, if you know, he was saying like he only tells you you can be friends. Now, from a man's part, I'm sorry, I don't have great experience, and so like we said, disclaimer: only
Hmm.
commentary, all purpose, in the panel in the chat. This is not. I don't know Miss Reigning Woman. I don't know if she got a sociology degree. I don't have one. And even when you go to creditors or real estate agents, they never
Hmm.
say their input. They just giving you things to think about, different options and understanding. If a man just want to be friends with a woman, again, just as Miss Reigning Woman said, he's probably
Hmm.
trying to get her resources. So what does she provide? But I'm gonna think
Hmm.
more if he broke up with you or he did something wrong and y'all had to break up because it was out of disrespect and it didn't go along with your
Hmm.
values and morals and ethics. He's going to probably only keep you around
Hmm.
because there's an extraction of benefits from you.
Hmm. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
what I see with men doing. That I'll be
Absolutely.
around
Yes.
that do stay with the exes, and some of the times, and majority of the time, I would say at least just like the relationship they had, 70% was because of sex.
Hmm. You know, one thing now, I already know that my experience and my
Mm-hmm.
opinion is not a popular one. Many
Right.
of my opinions are not popular. Reigning
Mm-hmm.
woman, I am 100% completely okay with that because a lot of my experiences also are not popular. I have had many, I've had a unique life. Unique
Mm-hmm.
experiences. Some things are common, but there are so many things that are not very common.
That's true.
And I don't shortchange any of it. I don't shortchange what's common, but I especially do not shortchange what is uncommon. My unique experiences has helped me to appreciate things and people and spirit and life in so many ways that I believe others would love to experience if they would just allow themselves to do so. But
Mm-hmm.
who can help you have these kind of experiences, understand them if they don't share them or if they, only want to go along with everyone else is what's common or what is known. So a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
so it just is what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, men who see value in women, whether they are together or not, want to keep them around in some shape, form, or fashion. Not to use them, but to use them.
Ooh. Okay. Thank you. I had another question. It was towards me. I was going to speak on what you said, but I was listening to you and then I lost track of what I wanted to say because I read the question.
Hmm.
Miss Smith said, "I have a question for me. Why keep bringing up your ex's experience with them if you are truly done with them?" This is going to be quick. It's like a 2 or 3, 4 part answer. The
Uh-huh.
first part, I am hurt and I am okay to say I'm hurt.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
second part is young men out there that might experience what I experienced. Because the one thing that I don't think, if I can be honest, a lot of women understand when a man dates or court a woman, we put a lot into what we're doing, and we don't want to feel as that was diminished because she break up with me.
Hmm.
That's probably why a lot of men do. Now that's the third part. The other side, he not gonna stop talking to you because I put a lot into her, man. Out of my 6, it's not even his money because I don't call money money. I call my money um, blood, sweat, and tears. And I say it that way to try to maybe one day some young women or women in general listen to my stuff. They're like, why are you calling money blood, sweat, and tears? Because that's what it takes for me to get that little paycheck. Or if I'm working my business, I had to climb up somewhere. I fell. I hurt myself. I had to. That was a tear. I was bleeding. I cut myself. All this blood. Then my sweat. I'm sweating every day. Go home, take a shower when I get back. So that's why I'm not gonna lie. I I feel a certain way too because my experiences with them. I got to get it out of my system. I've been told. But you want to know the funny part? I don't talk about my exes a lot
Mm-hmm.
when I'm with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
a lot of
shouldn't.
things, huh?
You shouldn't.
A lot of things I say on air, I'm not being funny. I live alone. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have other women. So when I'm done talking to one woman, that's my fifth part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking to her no more. So everything I'm gonna say and sorry, and I try to keep less of it. And another woman told me I got to try to be more positive towards my what I want and not what my past was. Even though it's
Mm-hmm.
not my past, is it still hurts that 2 years ago I did all that, and you think about it. When you single, you think differently. You don't think about, or even when I don't care nobody say, even if I made or I'm working a new job and I'm working a new job now, I'm working very hard, I'm sweating, come home, I'm still by myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So my expression is, and try not to say it in a negative way, so I still say it. And I try my best, and I know I even say that in my I gotta work on it. So I hope that explained, and that's not an excuse, but that's why I gotta work on it. And I appreciate the question.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Oh, but before we do, I want to go back. I want to
Okay.
finish this. So
Hmm.
what I think some people don't realize is
Hmm.
that men hate to see good women go.
Hmm.
And men often more times than not, men know when they have a good woman around
Yeah.
and they don't want to see her go.
Hmm.
They don't want to. A lot of times men will try to, they want to hold on to your number and everything because they want to still try to prove themselves to you even though it's over.
Yes.
Or they have hopes, or they have the hope that they, since they couldn't keep you while they were doing bad, but they really wanted you around, like they really wanted you, that they keep you around, that when they are really ready, they will have been able to keep you so attached
Hmm.
that you will be available when they're ready. Now, neither of those are
Hmm.
very healthy. I do not support that.
Do you think a man can be like get better? I'm not saying you want to be with him. Let's say if you did, do you believe a man can actually get better and he do all the things and it can it reach or you never been through that, you never experienced that?
Absolutely. Absolutely, a
Mhm.
man can get better. Anybody can get better except sociopaths.
Social. Oh, okay. Social paths. Okay.
Yeah, anyone can get better with the exception of sociopaths and psychopaths. Anyone can get better.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone. Dude, it's all about choosing. It's always about choosing. And then what do you what do you do to help inspire change in someone,
Mm-hmm.
in others? Whether it's an ex, whether it's a friend, whether it's your next door neighbor, whether it's the people at the store, what do you do to inspire change in somebody else? Well, first of all, you have to believe that there
Mm-hmm.
is possibility for them to change, for people to change, men and women. No one comes into this world. Listen,
Fully
some
equipped already.
yes, no one. I know people
Mm-hmm.
call themselves gods and goddesses. Mind you, these gods and goddesses are all with a small g because no one comes into this world as the all knowing. There is no such thing. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot make me believe there's a such thing as being all knowing and then forgetting all that you know as God. Like, listen. I am humble enough. I am okay. But I am okay with not knowing it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm okay with not being a creator of all things. That is a huge responsibility. I am okay with not having the fix or solution for everything and everyone. That is
Right.
a huge responsibility. That is the creator. That is God. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So no one comes into this world, born into this world through the womb of a woman in a physical being
Right.
as the all with the all knowing as God.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, no one would ever make mistakes, and you would never have to be afraid of anything. Could you
Mm-hmm.
really be God and be afraid that if you get into a relationship with someone that they're gonna hurt you and you're God? You're God.
No, could you be God and then know everything? Your brain will blow up because you wouldn't. You can't even take the stuff you take now. Not you. I'm just saying. A lot of people can't take what they can take now. How they gonna be God? How they gonna be a king? How they gonna be a queen?
Yes. Yes.
And
Uh,
she had a question for you, Miss Smith. For you,
Demeter, give
Miss.
me a second. I will surely answer your question. Give me a
Mm-hmm.
second. So, if knowing that no one comes into this world all knowing,
Mm-hmm.
we try to put expectations on people. We try to judge them off the
Mm-hmm.
caliber of being all knowing.
Ooh.
She should have known better. The only way she should have known better was if she had the experience and the knowledge to know better.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with a man. Now, if something happened and they didn't know, and now with enough time, enough experience has
Yes.
happened, then now, yes, we could say now they should have known better. And so then you hold them accountable because, and not based off what you think,
Dang.
but what you know. You know this person went through this, and this. You know this
Mm-hmm.
person had this type of education or this type of training. They came from this background. So you know that they knew better. You know they should have known better. And so when they do something that is opposite of that, then you can call them to the carpet and say, hey, you should have known better.
Did you know what that's called? Accountability.
Accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. So her question is, oh, wait. So
It is.
yes, yes, we can grow. Men can get better. Now, women can get better. And you shouldn't really feel resentful. See, this is personal though. I know it's hard and this is not popular. You
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't feel resentful if you see him later on down the road or her down the road and she's better. She is doing the things that you wish they had done with you. Listen, your time has passed. Don't don't hold that to them. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to if you're going to remain friendly with someone after a relationship has ended, if you can do that, you should do that to help each other be better.
Mm-hmm.
But be complete.
Mm-hmm.
Get complete in the breakup. Get complete in why this is ending. Maybe you can't be friends right now. Maybe you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the damage is too much. Maybe it hurts too much, and that too is okay. But
Right.
later on, just maybe, if your paths cross again, because it's possible if you see them in a restaurant somewhere, or bump into them in the street, or you know, at you go to an event and they got a cousin there, and the cousin, oh man, I saw your girl, you know, and some
You're like,
kind of
what
way
they got to do with me?
you get and yeah, and some kind of way you reconnect, and they want to share that they've changed or whatever, or they've grown,
Mm-hmm.
things are different. Don't be so close-minded that you'll stay stuck in the past, that you
Mm-hmm.
block the blessing of whatever the present can be from who they are right now. And it doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship. Stop trying to have sex and have a relationship with everything and everybody.
Not everything.
Yeah, with everything. I mean, yeah.
Okay. If you say okay, I
And
never. I kind of get it. I kind of get
with
everything because
everything
we
and
do
with
have the toys and
everybody
stuff. Okay.
simply because you have an attraction for it, or simply because it's your
Mhm.
type.
Mhm.
Because it's not meant for you to do all those things. It's just not. And when you are able to separate that and you can just see people for people, then you can maximize the benefits. This is why, and this is socialization. This is what really makes the world go round.
Mhm.
You have to be able to see the flower, see the beautiful poisonous flower, and don't go put your nose to it.
Right. Grand Rising, brother Slide. Do you
Hi.
see? Do you see
Oh, I had meant to. I thought I
if
had
a
said get
man?
in.
One more question to
Mhm.
finish this. Finish the part about the X where we started off with the man.
Have a
Is
good
that a
day.
red flag if he started off with his talking about his ex early in the
Yes,
relationship?
yes, that's what I wanted to answer.
So
Absolutely,
what
that is
makes what
absolutely
is
a
a
red
red
flag.
flag about that?
Okay, so what's a red flag about that is he
Mm-hmm.
is not over it,
Okay.
and he is now judging you. He's now holding measuring you up to the past, up to
Okay.
these women, which puts you on eggshells. You're not allowed to be you. You're not allowed to make any mistakes
Mm-hmm.
that is similar to what they did, or that's going to remind me of that, because he is going to throw that in your face and say you are just like such and such.
Right.
And no one wants that. No one wants to come into a relationship and be compared to and measured by someone else of the past. No, get over that. Let's continue to have our dinner. Thank you for dinner. And by the way, if that happens, I would suggest that you go ahead and pay for your meal. Don't let them pay for it. No,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. I know that's unpopular. That's not a popular statement.
What
Women,
what if he actually okay, now I'm cutting you off. What
uh-huh.
if he actually explaining something that bother him, not so much about him, I mean her.
So, okay. So if he's saying something that bothers him and
Mm-hmm.
then uses an example of what an
Yes.
ex did, that's different. That is completely different
Mm-hmm.
because you may not have another example without using them.
Right.
But now, if you use the example and then you go on and on and on, say for
Right, right.
instance, like here's an example. Say he doesn't like a woman that can't stay seated at a concert.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good one. No, no, men don't really go to concerts without. Okay, no, no, no. At a ball game. Yes, yes, yes. So let's say he say, I do not. One of my pet peeves is a woman that's got to always get up when we go out somewhere. She got to always get, even at the game, especially at a game. Like, what you getting up for? She got to always go to the bathroom. She got to always go to the concession station. She got to
You start
always stand
comparing
up.
her.
Yeah, she gotta go. She gotta
Mm-hmm.
always go stand down in the front. She gotta walk in the back. She got just to be seen. Like my last ex. This I was dating this girl one time, and we went to a concert. Man, do you know she didn't just
Mm-hmm.
go to the bathroom during intermission, but she had to walk all the way around the whole concert. She up in other men's faces, smiling and kiki, and like I'm not there you know she bending over, she just doing the most. And
Mm-hmm.
I ask her, can I go get something for her, or we go together, and she want to, she got it. And the only reason she did it, she tell me, because she just wanted
Do
me to see
you
her dress.
do you
So
think that was feelings too? Like, do you think that was more
absolutely.
feelings because he like have feelings and constitute of having feelings for her?
Well, not necessarily feelings that he's expressing, but sure there's still some attachment. But what he's really doing, whether that's present or not, because I
Hmm.
can't know without knowing them, but
Right,
it's
right, right.
possibility is he is not over it.
Okay.
He's truly not over it because now, he's just given way too many details, just way too much. By now, she's got the message. Okay, so don't be the kind of lady, duly noted. Don't be the kind of lady or the kind of woman. We go somewhere, we go to the game. Let him get the popcorn, whatever. Basically let him be the man and respect his presence. Don't try to be
And
seen.
listen,
And
within when he's talking about not talking about the ex, the example, but if it's an example, you know the difference between example. You would
yes.
say, like my example is, I don't talk about my ex because they hadn't, and I bring them up.
Mhm.
I still have a lot of first things to do. I never lived with a woman and went grocery shopping,
Mhm.
and I say that, and then I would want to do that with the woman I finally live with and go grocery shopping.
Mhm.
But then she always say, "Oh, I'm going grocery shopping." She'd be like, "Okay, have fun," and be like, "All right, next time I go." It's like now you start thinking, is she listening to what I'm saying? Like I never went
Mhm.
grocery shopping with the woman I live with.
Mhm.
And I know
So
couples that never been grocery shopping together, and they probably married too now. So that's weird, but whatever.
well, it's not an expectation.
Right, right, right.
And
I'm
that's
just
why
saying it's like
everything is not a
example.
one size fit all.
Right,
So she
right.
said she felt like he was using it because she felt like he still had feelings. So that's a red flag. When
Mm-hmm.
you
She feel
feel,
the
don't
feelings.
ignore that feeling. You
Right.
felt like he still had feelings by the way, maybe it was the the emphasis or the passion that he spoke it in, the intensity. So if you feel like he still had feelings, then yes, that's a red flag. Don't ignore the red flag. But a red flag can also be anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, even if it's right, even if it's not wrong. It's wrong for you because it's making you feel uncomfortable. And don't ignore the things that make you feel uncomfortable because something or someone does not have to be, they cannot be for you, but be good for somebody else.
Right.
It's just not good for you. And be okay with that. And it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
take away from you and does not take away from them, and vice versa. You could be a totally good woman, but just because you're a good woman does not mean you're good for every man. You're just not.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships and people are not a one size fit all.
I think every woman is good for me, but every woman is they don't they see differently. I'm being funny though.
She said he spoke about them daily. Honey, you got
Yeah.
about 3 days to speak about, three days max to speak about an ex daily. I'm done
Right.
because you're not done.
Mm-hmm.
I listen. Everybody wants to come in and be respected and be acknowledged for themselves everywhere. When you go into a store, when you go
Mm-hmm.
into Walgreens, for example, Walgreens is notorious. It is part of their brand. You are to be greeted no matter how busy they are at the cash register.
Mm-hmm.
You are to be greeted when you enter Walgreens. Someone is supposed to ask you, "Hey, well, at least say welcome to
At
Walgreens." It's
least,
part
right.
of
The
their
least
brand.
little bit, right.
The least little bit,
The
right?
bare how we call it? The bare minimum.
Bare minimum, bare the basic.
Mm-hmm.
They can't say, well, you walked in and then I walk in 5 minutes later. They can't say, well, we spoke to Otho, so we greeted him. So she
Mm-hmm.
don't need a greeting. I just greeted somebody 5 minutes ago. She should have came in 5 minutes earlier. My next greeting is in 10 minutes.
Right. But they gonna ask you, did he greet you? You know, like he did
Right.
say after 10 minutes. Like, all right, we can track a number off of his stars.
So everyone wants that. When you go to work, when you're at a new job and you stand up in a meeting, you want to be recognized for who you are in the meeting and at
Right.
your job, not Always as a group. There's a time to be recognized as a group, but there's a time to be recognized as an individual. And you want that credit. Well, it is the same way in relationships. People and it's
Right.
and believe it or not, it's the same way in friendships.
Right. So if that person, you got to hear that with the friend. You just want like, well, I want to be his or her friend because all they doing is talking about their ex. You don't want to be around that. They start sucking up your energy that you have towards wanting to be with somebody of in a positive way, but they're being negative about
Right.
people.
Right.
So if you want to
And
be
you want to be
married,
seen for you.
right?
When
If
you
you want
make
to
a
be married,
mistake,
why you be around people that single that just want to be single and is everything? Not even
right.
that they being single, they being negative about being people being
Right.
married.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And you every last single one of us are going to make mistakes. Now, the mistakes that we
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship, the mistakes that we make may not be criminal. They may not the mistakes we make they may not be wrong per se, but
Mm-hmm.
they're wrong for your current relationship, right? And because you're still working through each other and you're still working with each other. So you might make a mistake. You just might do something that is similar or just like somebody else from the past. But you don't want your wrongdoing, your
You don't gotta
mistake.
express it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want your mistake to be grouped in with theirs. You want to be talked to and have a discussion about your mistake for you, not for them.
Right. That's true.
So she says
So
that's why we're no longer together. And I feel like he did not respect me. And he said I was trying to change him. He was not ready. So
mm-hmm.
see, let's go back to the blankets. I don't know if you caught our example and I talked about the blankets.
The dirt, yeah, the blank one is dirty. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. He did not want you to wash his blanket. He didn't want to
Mm.
wash his blanket.
Mm-hmm.
He is okay with all the things and the excuses. And he wanted you to be okay with that blanket. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I got my Andre blanket. I have my Andre blanket. I'm trying to get this Kool-Aid stain out of my blanket, and I see you got your orange juice stain. So, let's try to clean the blankets. Let's not try to compare the blankets.
Right.
Don't try to force your dirty blanket on me. Don't. So he was trying to get you to do that, and you walking away from that was good. It was good for you
Yes.
because you would have to continue to deal with that, and what that does is that tears a person down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
because
yeah, and it makes you feel more and more. You can have high self-esteem, high confidence, but you're constantly with this person that is constantly doing this, comparing this, and constantly trying to measure you to their pain. Measure you to their pain to where you always feel like nothing that you do is enough. So you're steadily trying to do more, and you're trying to do more. And all the more that you're trying to do is unnatural.
mm-hmm.
It's unnatural and it's uncomfortable because now it's like you're like it's like a pressure.
It's a
And
burden.
it's
It's a burden.
yes, it's a burden. It's a
Mm-hmm.
pressure and it's a burden. And the
Yeah.
things that you do and that you give for relationships should never feel like a burden. It should never feel like if I don't do this, he's gonna leave me. If I don't do this, she's gonna break up with me. If I don't do this, she's not going to talk about me to her friends. I'm not gonna meet her family. If I don't do this, then he's not gonna bring me around his friends. It should never, ever, ever be like that. If I don't do this, then we're not gonna have sex. If I don't do this, then he's not gonna cuddle with me, after, or if I don't do this, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be able to stay. If I don't do this, we're not gonna go to the next level. No, no, no. It should never, ever, 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 ever be like that. You will never be enough. And you will never do enough for situations like that. And you are depleting yourself by staying in those situations. Don't even do it for the sake of saying I have a man or I have a woman. It's simply not worth it. Always have yourself. Always choose yourself first. What
Mm-hmm.
is healthy for me? If you're not able to serve yourself and do what's best for you first, you're no benefit to anyone else anyway. And you're going to be worn down by the time it's
Mm-hmm.
over, because it's going to end one way or another anyway. And by the time it's done, you will have nothing. You won't even have a blanket anymore. You know what you're going to have? You're going to have loose strands. You're going
Yeah,
to have
now, yeah, your
fringes.
blanket gone now. Yeah. And that's the part when we pick up and heal. So, like, I don't know if anybody heard the first part of the question why that got into that discussion, because I asked about, because it's going to lead into the other half of the question about the young lady answering the phone. Because I want to do a couple topics, and Miss Reigning Woman had a little time with me. If she'd stay
Yes.
on or jump off,
I'm going to
I'd,
have to
I'd
go
go
ahead and
off
jump
and
off
start the
now.
live over and finish it. But it was good to
Okay.
have a woman's side. And seems like you got time this morning, so that's good. Or this AM. I hate saying morning. This AM. So
Okay.
thank you.
Well,
And
no, thank you for having me. I
mhm,
really appreciate
yeah,
it.
I'm not kicking you off. I'm just saying that
I'm
to
going to
people
have to
that
go.
they just started listening. They
Yes.
they want to know probably how we got into this.
Yes.
So Ms. Demita and everybody else that's on that's not responding and that's watching that come on later, we got talked about the woman answering the phone with the maintenance man. And I asked the question is going to be, that's why I put the disclaimer down there, only commentary, all purpose chat and panel. Don't take it. We're not a sociologist, nor is Miss One Woman, and we just talking. We're expressing, so maybe the young people can have an understanding when they come on, or they get on social media. They want to hear something different from another view, and don't take it as offensive, but take it as understanding and everything. So the second part is the first part I had asked, and she talked about it. Why do women keep around an ex or a man that's disrespectful? She explained it as it can be for resources or healing, or something might have happened. So she's keeping around for a little bit time being, but not a long time. Or then in some cases, it can be the messed up mind we have. And we earlier in the discussion we talked about the dirty blanket of people thinking they're better and they want to see you fall. So you keep it around because they got a dirty blanket and everything. So and their blanket dirty. So they just want to see how much they're gonna try to clean theirs up in 2 days, but let's see how much dirty yours can get, and then say, see, that's why I left her. That's why I left him. And so
Hmm.
we don't care for that. Oh yes, I had her channel right here. Hold on. And so that was very good. So the second half of the question is I'm happy I have a woman with me, Miss Reigning Woman, and what bothered me about her being killed. And I would love if I had a daughter, if I ever have children, and I don't know how that's going, but I'm gonna keep speaking good on it, I guess. And why do why endanger, and from your perspective, and it's kind of a collective because they take our race words just for words, and they use it for everybody. Why will a woman, or why do black women don't call for help? So there's two parts. Why don't they call for help? And then in the times of danger, it's like, yeah, it's the same question. Like, why is there no call for help? Why do keep allowing them to go on until you can't do nothing no more? I don't know if you experienced that or anything.
Um, I apologize. I'm going to be honest. I didn't hear
Oh,
all
okay.
that you were saying because I was typing to the meter.
Oh,
But
okay.
something about a maintenance man and a woman being killed.
Yeah, remember the maintenance man? How we started the topic of like disrespect, and you keep them on the phone. You explained that. So now the other part to the question is, why now in danger, or is she the woman a woman? I ain't gonna say black woman, a woman, because she feel danger, or maybe she didn't feel danger. I don't know. Why is it that the woman do not call for help, or is there a reason? What could be reasons like get her out of danger? Because
Mm-hmm.
overall, I felt as this is the controversial part.
Mm-hmm.
It's not her fault, but it's her fault that she got to that situation, to that point where you're no longer able to fight a man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I always get slack on, even after explaining all of that. I still only get the second half listened to by the women, but
We
it's
would
more of a question, and none of them
that
ever answer it. They say, "Well, you don't care about women," and this. I was like, that's not the case. I'm asking a straight up, honest question, like
that
because I
takes
know when
more
I'm in
digging
danger.
into.
Yeah.
That takes more digging into,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have more time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
another time, you
Okay.
can, try to pick it up, where you can right now.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to go for now,
Okay.
and but know that that does take some more digging.
Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate gave out to the young lady and Mr. Mita. You a young woman. And so I appreciate you for coming up and talking and expressing and helping a lot of men now when they listen, they use it as I want to see more genuine and pure love in relationships, not manipulation and usury.
Mhm.
And that help
Mhm.
the men that's looking for a wife or a with a woman right now and help her understand her a little bit more. Or ask her
Mhm.
questions. Why you're listening to you, ask her questions and everything. And I appreciate you.
Before I go,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to exit with, you are a man of high quality. You are a high quality man,
Thank you.
and you are a very knowledgeable. You're very smart. Man, you're very good, at thinking outside the box, sharing your perspectives and your perception about things, listening, learning, as well as sharing. So you
Mhm.
have some very, very precious gems and attributes when it comes to engaging in conversations with others of both genders. I imagine that you share these same attributes and skills in your work environment and other places. So do not ever, I'm not gonna say do not ever,
No, they don't
um,
like me.
um, and but it's okay
I
because
know.
we're not really here to be liked.
Right.
We're here to do what's right. And you do that by being true to yourself and being true to your purpose.
Hmm.
And you don't diminish that, always be who you are supposed to be, who you came to be, and you choose to be the best you no matter what.
Thank you.
Choose to let your voice be heard. Choose your power.
And I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. And you are great. Go check out Miss Reigning Woman Channel. She do great, beautiful, and yes, I seen the picture of her. She had on her. You had on your black dress. You had on that black dress. No, who sings that? Johnny Gill. My. But yes, so I appreciate that. You too, and check out Reigning Womban Channel. She got two channels, so when you check her channel out, you click on the other one, and I have both of the links throughout the chat already. So and I appreciate you and thank you for coming on. Enjoy your day. I don't know if you need your coffee or you high on life already when you wake up, and be safe out there.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day and God bless. Peace.
You too. Thank you, and I appreciate you, Mr. Vita Smith. Thank you, Brother Slide. And second part, I will, Mr. Vita, if you ever have an opportunity, my email is in the chat. this is not like you can email me if you want, or I don't know your email. Like I'll put my email down, send me your email, like when you respond. And if you ever, I don't know if you can say it now, would you ever want to come up here and anything? And I don't know. I don't know what you do. I'm gonna take a big guess. You either play some type of sport in college or high school, or you model or something. I don't know if you're still on. And if you are, respond. If you want me, I can. I don't know if you have a page. I can check out and see if you have a page or not. If not, I give you my email and I respond. What's the second question? I don't remember. Let me go up. Let me check it out. Let me exit out of that. I'm not sure what the second question. Let me check. Let's find the question mark. Was it for me about the X? I don't see it. Let me go up. No, that's the other question. Is that the one? I don't know if that's the one that you think is respectful. Relationship, your ex tell the present woman you can't. Oh, that's the second one. See, I knew it. You was in the beauty. So Mr. Vita is in the beauty. So maybe you can come on. And I have questions about not so much about the fashion sector. It's about things that's going on in our economy between Black men and women, things that's happening in the news. And I know you probably don't identify as a collective, but at the same time, you're a Black woman, and Black women say Black woman voices. And a lot of them like to separate, but we don't. And we do at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So I would love to have you on and see if it's comfortable. If I email you and say, is these two topics of questions comfortable? Or how can I reword them? And if you want. So we can go from there. So that's the question. Do you think that it is respectful to be in a relationship and see your ex and tell the present woman you are with that you can't get her out of your head? Is it, you think is respectful? If you can't get your ex out of your head, I don't know if I ever said that. Yes, my email is in the description box. Yes, it is. If I ever said that, I want to say honest. I'm gonna say yes, because I don't know. Maybe I did. I'm gonna say yes. And respectful, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna say no, because I'm the type now. For me, now I'm explain me, as I don't know if you ever listened to any other my other type of videos, that when you heard me talking about my exes, is when not that something happened that she did, it was something that I've been through, and it keep coming up. And when it kept coming up, the number one, you're gonna think back, like, so if my mother cooked 3 times a day, the link to my channel, please put the link in the channel. Oh, Mr. Vita, Miss Reigning Womban was asking you to put the link in your of your channel. Do you have a channel? I'll check it out. And so, respectful, I'm gonna say yes or no. I'm gonna say no if you're gearing it towards a comparison and you're saying, well, my ex do this. So if I compare my mother to you, I don't expect you to be my mother. So my mother cooked 3 times a day, or she made sure we ate 3 times a day. Well, I'm gonna make sure you eat too. Basically, the reciprocation of it. And if I can't tell her get out of my head, that would me. I'm gonna say that yes and no at the same time, because that would be me being honest. And for me, it's disrespectful to say to a woman, and that's a mistake on my fault or that man fault that say that. But at the same time, he's being honest with you because it's something. I don't know. It's weird for me when I hear people say they got over somebody. Oh, she don't have a channel. You don't have a channel. Okay. And it's weird to say, like, people hold stuff in. Or maybe I should just, like, to a counselor, but you want to be with that person. And you saying, well, I don't want to stop this person because I still have love for this person, but I don't contact. And that's the thing about me. I don't have no contact, like phone numbers, the emails to my exes. That's what I say when you talk about exes. A lot of men do. I don't have a lot of, I can't call up. Just say, I know you heard my videos. I can't call Ashante. I can't call Nicole. I can't call Elizabeth. I don't have their phone number. I don't have their emails. I delete their emails. So I'm one of the guys that don't keep in touch with exes. They might have, I know they have my number because I get numbers and and I'm like, oh, it must be, I already know somebody, because it's not the telemarketer or anything. Oh, okay. I understand. I definitely understand. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm being a guy right now and saying yes and no with that question. I don't know if it answered the question that you were sharing with the friend with. And so, but I said I was being honest, and it wasn't showing less love. But I do know that women have told me they felt as I have more love. Even, let's say I went 3 weeks and didn't bring up nothing, but something in my head pop up. I'm sleeping and I wake up. I'm like, no, you know what? I didn't have a dream about so and so, Susie Rotten Crotch, but I thought about this when I was doing this, and that was it. And then I try to portray it and then make sure I'm not doing the same things I'm doing to her. So the new lady, I'm not doing the same things. And overall, I never lose love for somebody. Because if I lost love with people, I wouldn't talk to nobody at all in my life. Because I had even the guy friend example that I shared. He told me he was jealous. Right now, he's married. We've been married since 2014. He got married 12, 13, 14. So he got wife, kids. They're doing great. He told me on plenty of occasions he's jealous of me, single, no girlfriend. I know we can go by somebody's spirit, but the joys of life, the things that I want is he want. He has the things that he want and that we both express that we both want. But he's jealous of me. He's not the only guy, and I found that to be weird. I tried to explain to this one guy before, jealousy does not mean certain things to everybody. It means something different. So this jealousy do not mean the same thing as another person jealousy. She jealous because you have the best shoes and you had them first. And you think you look like it's I don't know what women think, but a lot of guys, guys are compliment a guy. Not because they jealous that he got the new Hugo Boss suit. Them suits there's some good suits. And Ray Moore and Flattick, is it not Ray Moore and Flattick? I can't think of the one suit place that we got here. Oh, they suits be good. And he jealous that I got that first. It's rare from that type of guy, but to hear it, I understand why it's black on black crime. I don't say that don't exist, but that's just an example. I hope that answered your question and everything. Yes, I would love to have you on, have everybody. I want to try to get the other ladies. I'm gonna send them an email. And overall, I want to start expanding my platform to like almost instead of watching like you know how people watch Love and Hip Hop, but we got Basketball Wives and the men. We got the fight shows. Have a channel where for the men do sports. Like if it was a fight, we want to talk about the fights. For the women, we talk about what happened on like issues about women, of making sure how to keep yourself safe, things you can do that are better. Like, so the second part of that question, I want to go over with Reigning Womban again, or another woman, or get a couple of women on the panel about the how to keep women safe if you have a guy that's disrespecting you, calling you. Oh, she fell over heels for the last guy. I would say I'm not a heartless person. I would want women to know I'm not heartless. I, I've talked to a woman. I only broke up with a woman 2 times in my life. Every other time, and the hurtful things that a woman would say after, because the breakup was not because, yes, it was for black men, because I wanted to help them, like the young black men or men in my situation, understand sometimes it's not you, but it's you too. You got to self-reflect, and they might be going like, because all the videos towards black men is either coming from the black woman or black men that's talking about you a punk, you a weak, you a simp, you a chump, or your sex game is not a certain way, change it. But this man might be sitting up here reading books, asking his woman questions, and doing all of these things. If he's doing everything all he's supposed to do, no, like those videos. Those videos is more so towards the men, because I say things that I already know women is not going to be fond of, which I have got emails, direct messages. Oh, okay. Oh no, she asked a question. Oh, I ain't see slide comment. I seen it, but then he said, "Oh, I didn't really figure what he was saying." And so my channel is for everybody. Like, if you, it's for everybody. But when I say it's for men, that top is for men, because I know women are not going to be too great. I mean, too open or willing to listen to what I'm saying, because it's about a woman. It's not about that woman or those women. Oh yeah, Sly, he always here for it. So what I would want my platform to do, those videos are direct. And I talk about men a lot because the bashing, the hating, the diminishing, we're only utilities, we only used for one thing. And what hurt me that's what I was getting at. What hurt me the most with the last woman I was with and the other woman I was with before her, I was diminished a lot for being good and taking my time to get to know them, trying to be my best within my best. I didn't have no expectations of them. What hurt me was either the lashing. Okay, I'm not trying to say you're welcome. I'm not trying to say I didn't do anything to make them feel a certain way. But if only I had more of a time, the part where Miss Reigning Womban was talking about, of an understanding time for me and her. Like, I even try to say, let's pause. Take a break. Right. You try to have decent morals. But you got a problem because it don't fit. So I try to say time out, time out, time out, time out. All right. So now are we? And when I say time out, I want that's Tyra having that understanding with each other. She expressed herself, I don't like doing this, or I don't care for that. Let's say I don't understand, which I have been taught. I mean, I showed her, I don't. I explained to her, I don't understand what you mean. Can you bring the tone, or can you bring the discussion over to where OJ, my nickname OJ, Otho Williams Jr., can understand it? And most of the time, it don't go that way. And do I speak on my experiences? No, I say yes. No, I say yes. I said, but I don't speak on. Okay, so we on a date. I'm not gonna bring up what Shantae did, or Elizabeth, Tasha, or whatever on my first date with you. I'm not gonna bring it up either. What I bring up is and we would say we talking. You say, no, I say these certain things, and I give men ultimatums. I was like, well, I don't do good with ultimatums. But probably before you even said that, I said, I don't know. I remember I was with Elizabeth, and I don't do ultimatums. I don't talk about nothing me and Elizabeth went through. I don't know if that make any sense. A lady that I have dated. That was one of my videos. I mentioned her and everything. So, or Elizabeth or Shantae. So it's I'm bringing up things that happen with me to other men. It's not so much expressatory towards, I hate Shantae. She getting on my nerves and she was doing this, she was doing that. I'll say, no, the one thing I had to get used to is the type of woman. So, Ms. Demita, you're an introvert. I don't know what an introvert really is. Women I have dated or my exes. But I'm not going to say, well, if something is not what I'm going to explain it in that way. I'm going to leave that right there because I don't know how to explain that. But I hope I'm answering your question. I don't know if the people that's listening is understanding what I'm saying. I don't know if you are understanding. I don't talk about you and say you was a piece of crap. I'm with you and we not dating anymore. We're not together. Oh, Demita, she sucked. She was a horrible person. You know what she did every morning? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm expressing, man, I love Davita. So now I'm not with her, but I remember a time where I wanted to do something and I never done it. But all I felt was the lady I was with being difficult with me. And I'm giving an example, so hoping the lady I'm with now, she's like, all right, he don't care for that. Or if sometimes I don't even use their names. But this is more so, yes, a past event. There you go. Thank you, brother. Man, see, that's why I love when people are live with me. It's more of a reference than so much I'm speaking on the past relationship. And I don't talk about, so if I was with you, Miss DeVita, I wouldn't talk about you or things we had. Right. And so I'm not trying to mention nothing about you because I learned through ears, through somebody's words or somebody's ears, they're depicting an opinion about you. That woman, the last woman that was great, Shantae, Elizabeth, Nicole, all those women throughout my life from the age of 23 to 38 were great women. But like she said, not for me. I'm shooting my shot. You got to be 6 feet. I'm joking. I'm being funny because, that was funny. If you want to come on, come on. If you got a few minutes, I want to joke around. But if you don't have no time, I understand. And I'll share. If you were side want to come on or anything and open it up. Yes, I would love to. I'm still open to. I'm 38. I don't have no kids. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Now, if anything, people say you crazy. Everybody a little crazy, but I'm not. I never abused a woman. I have pet. Okay, I know you've heard my other video. I have pet peeves. I know I'm never going to go to jail or prison. I know I'm never going to get arrested. Now, this is what I manifest, and so far, it's true. I joked about saying I'm for every woman. I know in my heart, I'm ready to be a father, a husband. I want to be a husband. And when we talking about the majority versus the minority of Black people, nobody talk about the majority of Black men want Black women. Majority of Black men will get with a Black woman or be with Black women in his life. But we talk about the minority, then what about the good Black men or the good Black men? They're good. Yes, I did. Yeah, I said you a little crazy too. We all got our little. So I say you sure don't like crazy? No, crazy to me is when there's a good crazy and there's a bad crazy. A good crazy is when that woman is about that man. You know how you ever seen the movie? Not single white female, Love and Basketball. Not the toxic part. Okay, that's cool, Ms. DeVita. I understand. Not the toxic part about Love and Basketball. The good parts. That's the good crazy I want. She thinking about me. I'm thinking about her. And we having a great time. And even it's the first date, she don't want to leave. People are like, oh, that's crazy. A woman you had a good time and she's available to spend more time with you. She ain't even got to stay over for sex, but she want to stay over, and we call that crazy. I'm sorry, you can call me whatever you want. That's a win in my book. I made a woman that I talked to on the phone. That's our first meeting. Want to stay over with me and hang out with me to the early wee hours in the morning before she got to go to work, or she off the next day. She off the next day with her time, and she want to spend her time with me. We call that crazy. Nah, she ain't busting the window. She bust the windows. Now that's the bad crazy, but he did something, and that's what I tell brothers. You did something, but I also don't agree all the time that a man, because I met a woman. We dated. It wasn't my girlfriend. That's why I didn't get to that level. She don't even know where I live at, and I'm happy. The stories I heard about her, sexually fluid. I don't know what that is. I don't know. That's a new. I'm in a whole new atmosphere. I'm new. My first time I had intercourse sex, it was love making to me because that was my first time. The other person, I don't know how many times she's been with people. Who cares? I don't know. That was my first time. So I was 23. I'm 38. I still can count on my hands and fingers how many women I've been with. So, but my experience is always based on what I done. Oh, okay. I was in nothing wrong with that. Two of the ladies one was coming out of gay and one was coming out of being bisexual. I don't discriminate. I guess it's different for men. I guess a lot of women wouldn't be with a man that was bisexual or gay before. Some women will, but the probably the majority is. Oh no, I'm not sexually fluid. No, I don't know. I'm very sensual. I do my best within my means, but I don't talk a game where I might not be able to meet. So just as I was watching something, the brother said, "Oh, the women complaint now on the TikToks is talking about the men not being able to please them." I never had that problem. Maybe I have not, like what they call it, dickmatized a woman, but I never not gave a woman an orgasm. So I don't know where my pendulum rank. So that I feel as to give a woman an orgasm, she know her body, or you as a man, you have to help her explore that. So just because you don't do a certain action with her, that don't stop the pleasure. And I will show that. I want to and see like Reigning Womban. She gave me opportunity to say be more open with the young men. Young men have more sex than me. They started at a younger. Like so, if I'm talking to a 17-year-old age man, I started having sex at 23. Not even started having sex. It was like one time for a long time. So whatever. He had sex at 17. I'm 38. He's 17. He just had sex. I got to be now real with this young man. Would I go? Yes, I would go. I'm probably not going to. I believe in spirits. So I'm probably wouldn't participate. But I believe in the harder, well, I got it going on. Yes, I think I'm good. They call me Big O. I'm just so, and if a woman never had an orgasm with me, that's on her. That's her fault. So I'll tell any woman that. I'll tell those women too. Sometimes it's their fault. Mm-hmm. Watch, like, and that's how you learn. That's how you learn. You gotta watch, participate, and listen. If you into that, I will watch. I'm like, oh, I participate. I'm like, oh, I'll take that. I'll take that off for you. Well, I don't know. I don't know me yet. But I also have to say, I take things slow. And a lot of women don't care for slow. Why are you? Oh, hold on. You're making it to a. We went from, hold on. I don't know, Mr. Vita. I don't know that this video going making another turn. We had to talk about that first. Who would I watch? What you mean? Who would I watch? I have my favorites. I don't know. Nowadays is more about the industry now is not even about what they do. It's the more about. I think they're losing seduction. There's no more seduction in the triple X area. It's about getting right to it. Or as I tell a lot of women, I don't want to see you with another man. Like your main videos is all man. I'm not gonna prescribe to what you do and everything. Oh, you're talking to Sly. All right. Sly, he's talking to you, brother. Yeah, she got that ultra. What you call that? The ultra alternative lifestyle. No, I don't think that's what it means. Alternative. That's not alternative lifestyle, is it? Oh, yeah, you won that right. Mr. Vita, if you don't mind me asking me what's your age? So that's why you gotta give him a panel. We do it up. Or she says she don't do panels. You ain't gotta show your face. You could put your what you call that, the voice changer on and everything. We ain't gotta know where you live at, no nothing. Oh, taking on voice. Sly, you see that, Sly? But okay, so Demita, if I would do swinging, that woman would still have to be. Oh, okay, wow. Oh, you still model? That woman would still have to be my woman. Like even if I was courting her, yeah, you do that, you still gotta be my woman. But if I do that and we just at the end of the day, after that's over, we go home our separate ways. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be able to handle that. No, I don't know Mona. Oh, he said, "Well, no, how you get in touch with him? Leave me your email. Go to my when you get off or you get a chance. If you can remember, Demita, I'll give you email and then I'll send you Sly email if he say that's cool. And then so y'all might be close to each other too. Cause I'm East Coast. I think Brother Sly, I think you West Coast, right? Or a little time different. Oh yeah, very beautiful. Demita, very beautiful. 25, that's beautiful. I'm 38. So I never tried it. I know what now I would do something with you. Is this one lady I know? I'm part of. I've been to her parties, but I haven't been to the all out big giant parties. If you like, I don't know if you know that, like the parties as in they're similar to the. Oh, that's her YouTube. Okay. So that's her YouTube. If you could check it out, Mr. Mita. The parties they're similar to what you're describing. I've been to those, but that was more so. Yeah, I think I was given an opportunity, but I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable with the dude because the dude was her dude. He does that, and so you're welcome. He does that. So I said, nah. It was a nude. Like you ever heard of News of Poppin' or Hindu? It was a private one in New York, ran by a lady. I'll say when you email you, I'll show you. I'll send you the information. If you interested, we can go or whatever. Or I don't know. Or you can join her other parties because sometimes it's just all women. I don't know what they do. I heard all women get together. It's like a all out like orgy. I'm being serious and funny at the same time. That's what I heard. So, but yes, HBC. That's the all-out orgy. You went to I didn't go. I went to a regular college, but they had them all out. See, I also wanted to go to HBCU. Well, these parties that we're having is nudism, just being nude. They set up events. We have poetry. Yeah, sorority. Some of them sorority. They have poetry. They have like everything nude. We do bonfires. We do like parties. Somebody do like what you call that party when you do the colors, the pink, blue, and all that. Yeah, if you want. I'm from New York. When it comes up, I'm not sure if they had that. It's getting cold. I don't know if I don't know if it's this one this year already happened, but they do have an indoor one. It's like it's a nude party, but like a lingerie party. But they do have strippers, the male strippers, the female strippers. You get a dinner, you do, and there's live band and everything. It's no. This was whatever. No, this is where you take it. This is where you take it. You invite somebody to your room, and some people was on the floor right there in front of us. The hormones got the best of them. They couldn't wait. So some people did. Some people joined. If you cool, it was cool. But nobody was how you call it. Nobody wasn't sitting up there like if you wanted to join, they already made it was like an agreement. It was all consent. And when nobody like, oh, let me like some people, I'm up here like sipping on my lemonade because I don't drink like that. It messed my stomach up. Well, oh, it's interesting. So yes, it was stuff going on. Girls with the pearls. Oh, okay. Please then, you gotta send me your email. Maybe hang out, make this happen, and go some of those events. And Slide, he done with the ride. I ain't never got on the ride. You gotta check out. Hold on. Where's Slide at? You gotta check out his stuff. I don't know if you know Slide. If not, you're gonna learn today. Slide, he have some great stuff. One time I went to his channel, I was like, "What is this?" Because he was giving us a story. He called it the late night slide ride. What is it? Hold on, let me get it right. The late night, the midnight ride with slide. That's what it's called. The midnight ride with slide. He do the ASMRs, and did that last one he did. It's a 18 plus. Miss Zamia, that was 18 plus. Yes, it was. So I don't know. You get in your favorite bed, your couch, your chair. Put your candles on. Get your oils out. Get your whatever you need. And if it's with that guy you want to be with, bring him along. Mm-hmm. They get like you said, they get real raw. I was like, what? Hold on. Like I'm on the same channel, and then because I talked to Slide, we cool. I was like, who is this dude? He had his midnight ride slide. He sounded the same, but it was just, he was giving his story and everything. It was better than the Zane Chronicle. Come on, I forgot you were more the mirror. I forgot. I can't even get mad. I'm gonna chill out. I was like, dang. So, but I appreciate everybody taking the time out and everything. Any last words or anything somebody want to say? I don't know, Side. Anybody want to jump on? A couple more minutes. Had an open day. No 12 to 8s. I don't have to help nobody. I'm definitely gonna take the ride. I'm ready for the ride. 1908. What's 1908? Is that the slide number? Is that a slide number? I don't know. Where that's at? I don't see 1908. Let me see. Oh, I don't think that means something else. Oh, you're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming on. Oh, yes. So Demita, anytime, I don't know how busy you are, just go to my email. All my videos got my emails, but use the holistic one because the brother talk one. I see it, but nobody's sending me emails to that one because that's my next channel. And then I'm going to open up another channel for good news, only good news for Black people and everything else. You have a great day as well and be safe. Thank you, Brother Side. I want to give a special shout out. I got to put that in the description box. Miss Reigning Womban for coming on, giving a woman perspective, explaining who she is, her show, and just giving us a good balanced talk. And it was great. I want to thank Brother David, Brother Slide, Sister Demita. I love all y'all. Y'all my peoples. Y'all part of the family. So I appreciate you. And share, spread the news. And if anybody listens to this, tell them the video stops at an hour and like 40 minutes. After that, we just free flowing. So I'm going to put that in the description box. And I do watch my videos and listen to them. Take the time out, be more active. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path. It's your journey. It's your choice. Choose wisely. 2 is always better than 1. Especially if it's for pleasure, for love, and building. But wow, I'm shocked. 25. That's beautiful. What was that? 2 years. I was 2 years out the military at 25. So I was still piecing my life together. Or my new life. Or the life we could carry on. So I appreciate you, Demita. Hit me up, hit you up, Slide. And y'all be safe. You have a good day. Thank you, David. Whoever else is on watching, I appreciate you watching. You part of the family. Join and share. Just check out some of my other videos. Type in Power One series, Otho Williams Jr. Put my name first. It's like 56 videos. And just peer in, share with the young men. And there's other videos that's pertaining to a lot of other things that goes on in our community and personal experiences. Appreciate you all. Y'all have a good day. Any closing remarks in the chat? Thank you, David. Thank you, Delita. Thank you, Slide. All right. Y'all have a good day. Thank you. Shalom.